All right, so hello everybody. My name is Alex Castellanos. I am the Learning Tech Tutor here at the college. And today we're going to be talking about finals and technology, specifically studying and learning help using online tools. Biggest thing with that is students need to understand that technology provides easy access to information and is a better way of learning for them. And so it's really good, especially with like STEM related fields like science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Having online tools helps a lot for that compared to just having only books or personal notes. And today we're going to be looking at a few applications here to help with that. We're going to start here with a more traditional one that a lot of students will know is Quizlet, which is an online application for creating flashcards and quizzes, which can be used privately or shared publicly. Most professors on campus might have Quizlets pre-made for specific exams or topics. For example, over the years when I was taking German, we always had German Quizlets prepared ahead of time by our professor. And here you go, just have all these flashcards to help you learn certain terms and work with that. Click home here. And if you talk to your professors, always get in touch with the TAs of that class or tutors related to that subject as well, because sometimes they have Quizlets of their own they've created. And if you're still struggling trying to find a Quizlet, students can create their own free account using the school email. And once you have a free account for Quizlet, you can actually go up here to create, and you can make your own study set for Quizlet. So you can make your own personal terms and diagrams and such that help you learn. So if you know a certain part of the subject is what you're struggling with the most, I highly recommend making your own Quizlet for it, just so you can help yourself and teach yourself about these topics. Great. And the next thing we're going to talk about is mind maps. So mind maps is a little different. Mind map is actually a diagram that a lot of people use to visually organize information in a hierarchy that shows relationships among pieces of information. So most students can create one by actually drawing it out in person. You draw a single concept in the form of an image or a word. And then from there, you have little branches, as you can see here. And then you can add subtopics or related ideas to them. It's just to get all your thoughts in order onto one diagram. Personally, I don't like drawing them out because I'm not the best of drawers. So I actually use this thing called mindmaps.app, and it lets you create your own mind maps free online. And you can download them onto your computer, and then you can change the color of each branch and such, and then add more ideas. So related ideas in order to make stuff. This one specifically is really useful for classes such as for computer science students or nursing, when you have to have a lot of things flowing into one topic. You can also add images to this, so you can have like a visual representation of what you're looking at. Related ideas can be paragraphs, not just short words. So it helps a lot with that. And that's about the gist of mind maps. Next, we'll be moving on to Kahoot. So when it comes to Kahoot, most people know it as the game-based learning platform. It uses multiple choice quizzes to help students learn and remember important information. Students can either join games via game code. Most professors offer you one when they have online study sessions or when they're doing study prep for classes. But a lot of people don't know that you can actually just make a free account on Kahoot, and you can make your own Kahoot quizzes online. We're just going to this corner here called My Kahoots. After you make your account, click Create Kahoot. And then when everything loads up, everything's loading, you can just add your own questions to it, answers for that question. You can insert media to give yourself a visual representation of the question, and it helps a lot. And you can also share this publicly with your friends. So if you say you make a Kahoot, you studied it, you do all the work, and you want to help your friends out who are taking the same class, you can actually share the game code with all your friends, and either on their computer, on their phone, iPad, whatever they're using, they can use that game code and hop onto your quiz. You can all take the quiz together to, have a fun way of competing with each other and trying to see how much you can remember and obtain from your class. And then a couple other tools for quiz making and study help is we have here's iSpring, which I'm not going to download here for you because it takes a bit. But iSpring Free is basically a free online quiz and survey creating tool that can be added to websites using HTML5, which is what most websites use for coding. Except what's nice about this is you don't need any pre-coding experience to use. It's super easy to use. All you have to do is make a quiz, give the information, and it also works on PowerPoint, as you can see here, as an extension. So you can have quizzes on your PowerPoint so students can make one with their friends and then everyone can study off at once. And another quiz maker I want to talk about is Quizmaker by ProProfs. And this one's also a free version. They do have a premium version with more access to stuff, but the free version is really nice. It's a cloud-based quizzing software that helps you make online quizzes, exams, and tests, and uses ProProf solutions to help you author those quizzes, secure testing. You can even make student and employee assessments, so any professors that are really interested in this can try this out as well. And it also comes with complimentary test templates and automated grading. So if you don't know how to make good quizzes for yourself, this offers a really good start of helping you work with that. And our next piece of software I want to mention before finals is Equatio. And we're going to use the form here I created for this. Equatio is a Chrome extension, so you can always go on the Chrome web store to actually get it. And once it's downloaded, you can use your school account to make a free account on there. You just click that extension, and you have this open up. And Equatio is really cool because it's a Chrome extension that offers help for STEM-related subjects, so really useful for any maths, nursing, chem majors on campus. And it's used by creating formulas and equations to make them digitally. So equation editor, like you have here, m+3 = f. You can copy and paste this and directly apply it to your Google Docs or even to Quizlet and such, so you can make better situated flashcards to study off of. And one of its biggest helping things it has is this little thing called STEM Tools. And in STEM Tools, if you click that, you can actually have a periodic table pop up out of any site you're using. So if you're trying to remember something, and then you can click on each periodic table to get even more information based off it, what it looks like, what it is, its mass, affinity. So it's really useful when you're trying to study for chem classes. And it also has a scientific calculator. If you're like me, I haven't had a graphing calculator in a very long time, been using my phone, so this is really helpful when I'm trying to study online more advanced equations. And if you need even more help as a molecular viewer, so if you're trying to make any type of molecule and get a more visual representation for it, such as like H2O, I can actually spell it, there you go. Click enter and it gives you a visual representation of the molecular viewer. So that's about it with Equatio. Close that there. And those are kind of just the main softwares I see a lot of students have been using or have a lot of help with when it comes to studying for finals or trying to get a better understanding of topics. There's many more things out there. Chrome extensions are upon thousands of them that help people with studying, like ad blockers and stuff. So I recommend students look into those and try to see what helps them study more, including these aren't self-quizzing materials like Quizmaker, iSpring, and Quizlet are the ones I prefer and think people really like to use. However, there are even more out there for others if they ever need help with something. And that's about it. So I'm just going to leave off here with a few tips for studying for finals. One of the biggest tips is use your Google and Brightspace calendar to remember when your finals are, to stay on schedule and know how long you have to prepare. A lot of students tend to forget when their finals are, and they tend to study way too late for them. So knowing when they're going to be ahead of time is really helpful, so you can know what class you have to study for first and which classes you have a little time before you should start cranking hard on the books. Also, limit your distractions by using ad blockers, as previously mentioned. Chrome extensions such as like Just Read and uBlock Origin are super helpful, and you can find them on the Google's Chrome extension store. And if you're ever struggling with trying to remember articles you have to read and such, Google has a reading list here. Close that, and when you're ever studying online articles and such to for studying for exams or making for projects or papers, you can actually add the current tab you're on as a reading list, and then whenever you have to stop studying, leave, and you can come back, you can go back to this reading list, hop back on that page directly, and click either mark as read or delete if it's not useful anymore. And that's a lot more preferred than using bookmarks, since bookmarks tend to get really full eventually, and you might end up having folders upon folders of bookmarks. The reading list is a nice little quick pick me up, so it's easier to organize. Another thing is using the school library via the My CSS page. That's really useful for students when they want to get a more in-depth look of what to do on such and have better research material. And of course, what we're using now, Zoom. If you have friends that are in the same class as you or other classmates you want to study with, Zoom's a great way to get everyone online around the same time without having to meet one place. So you can study with each other or even quiz each other on certain topics. And yeah, I believe that's about it. So if there's any questions.